Our group topic is marketing segmentation strategies to promote breastfeeding, and our team members are Qingwen Chen, Hao Yiliu, Peng Zhang, and Yuan Zeli. The conversations around breastfeeding remain one of the most productive, yet difficult for mothers in recent times. On the one hand, breastfeeding rates around the world are so low that various national campaigns have become very crucial to encourage new mothers breastfeed their children, not just in the early months, but also past infancy. Statistics have shown that lack of breastfeeding costs the global economy nearly $1 billion every day due to lost productivity and healthcare costs. A study known as the cost of not breastfeeding has also revealed that the world could have saved $341 billion each day if mothers breastfeed their children extensively, helping to prevent early deaths and various disease. And the contents. First is analysis of how to promote breastfeeding and understand the pros and cons of breastfeeding. It also includes marketing strategies and suggestions. Finally, focus on external environments of breastfeeding.
There are some techniques that are based on Saidini's work which can apply to encourage breastfeeding in teenage mothers. But all of the techniques got pros and cons, which will be mentioned later. To create a sense of obligation, they will remind patient that they have received good care at the hospital, and patient will be asked, in return, can you do your best and take good care of the baby? They can successfully create a sense of responsibility and let the patient understand what should be the best for their babies. For the cons, the patient will be too stressed, which may cause many negative impacts, such as frequent worries, irritabilities, and anxiety. And in this case, they may even hurt their own babies. Use the power of consistency. The health care professional will discuss breastfeeding with the mother, and they believe the mother will do it as they made a promise. However, they will be difficult to conclude that mothers will keep their promise when the healthcare professional is not around. For making use of social proof, as long as it's said by an authority, it will always attract everyone's attention. Therefore, TV commercial usually invite celebrities, because celebrities have a certain degree of credibility in society and represent a kind of authority. And people believe that following celebrity can reduce the risk of failure, and celebrity can always provide a better advice. It's easier for everyone to believe what they say. For the cons, there are ethic risks. If the moral quality of celebrity is in question, what they recommend will be implicated. Although such embarrassing situation cannot be completely avoided, in the progress of persuasion, it's better to quote some undisputed authority figures so as not to be offensive. Also, customer may focus their attention on celebrity, leading to only remember the celebrity but ignoring the fact that was wanted to both out. The response to authority is usually offensive. However, as there are cultural differences, for example, in the British culture, they trust the authority, but they hate when people tell them how to live their lives.
Next, I'll talk about the pros and cons of each of the technology mentioned above. First, based on the child's work, in the influence of the hospital, or the way some institutions will use arouse a sense of responsibility, isolated young mothers breastfeeding. I think the advantages of this technology is that it can provoke a very gentle way a mother's sense of responsibility, will not cause any disc discomfort to others. The basic the basic Guadmet promise after the follow-up actions exposed its shortcomings are also above at the same time. The technology for the cross is many the young mothers. The many characters of this technology is arouse people's sense of responsibility, but there are a lot of mothers can itself to young young may look some should have sense of responsibility and lead to this mother think that there is no need to breastfeed their children too much. And next I'll talk about the marketing strategy and suggestion. Marketing strategy. It's important to promote breastfeeding that mothers build a sense of responsibility to overcome the challenges of breastfeeding and the sacrifice they make. The benefits of promoting breastfeeding to their children make them think it's worth it. And I will talk about some partners. Which of the partner is the hospital and baby care vacations. Posts of breastfeeding were posted in the rooms of the hospital. Print menus on breastfeeding and cover professional knowledge of breastfeeding to mothers through books. And this is the best opportunity to promote breastfeeding. In addition, professional health workers are training in hospital to guide mothers on how to breastfeed. In addition, the hospital will also open a corresponding psychological counseling class, which can make some mothers with psychological barriers face these matters more activities. And some breastfeeding mothers will be invited to public the benefit of breastfeeding, make it easier for people to accept and use breastfeeding. For some mothers during pregnancy, the staff will often communicate with them and make the discussion about breastfeeding. After the mother gives birth successful, the mothers and the baby will be encouraged to make constant skin contact to help the mother start breastfeeding as soon as possible. Mothers will be informed of the risks of using bottle or pacifier.
I will discuss the potential impact of the external environment on supporting breastfeeding. The World Health Organization is committed to promoting, protecting, and supporting breastfeeding. Implement the policies and procedures of the Code on Responsible Marketing of Breast Milk Substitutes. The policy means that companies that produce breast milk substitutes need to explain the importance of breast milk when selling their breast milk substitutes. Some brands will first mention the importance of breastfeeding when marketing baby milk powder. Um, Leso has been committed to supporting breastfeeding and not interfering with mothers' breastfeeding aspirations. In addition, Leso's marketing includes baby milk powder only for children of mothers who cannot breastfeed, not as an alternative to breastfeeding. Baby milk powder can provide nutrition for children, but breast milk is the most important way of feeding. This is beneficial to the promotion of breastfeeding. However, this may affect the interests of sales. Some brands may not involve breastfeeding in marketing and only focus on the benefits of the marketing product itself. These brands may become potential competitors for breastfeeding. In fact, because of the emergence of milk powder, some mothers no longer consider extensive breastfeeding. Because they are substitutes for breast milk, they don't have to spend time breastfeeding. Some mothers lack the awareness of breastfeeding, so they choose to feed only with milk powder. Some young mothers know the benefits of breastfeeding, but still choose formula feeding. Um, Breastfeeding face challenges that revolve around the pain and difficulties of breastfeeding, making many women feel involved and helpless. Mothers should get more social support during breastfeeding.